Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a major parkway project.
It takes a lot of work to keep it up. It's also extremely popular.
The potential impact for travelers and tourism.
Still warm and humid today, but a change in air mass is coming. We'll let you know when we're going to turn cooler and less humid.
A local teacher behind bars. The alleged sex crimes one elementary school employee is now facing.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm John Carlin.
And I'm Rachel Lucas. Tens of millions of dollars are going to fix the Blue Ridge Parkway.
But that also means that a large portion of the scenic roadway right here through our area is going to be closed. I can tell you as a frequent parkway user, both in my car and on my bicycle, as you probably know, this is going to, let me tell you, this is going to have a big impact on our community in many, many ways.
Absolutely. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett shows us what this improvement project means for Roanoke Valley tourism and economic development.
It's easy to see why the Blue Ridge Parkway is the most popular national park, with 16.7 million visitors last year alone. Sean Guess is one of them, drawn to its beautiful views and natural resources. He took the week off to travel the parkway, all the way from Pennsylvania.
It's just nice to get out and be able to explore. I'm actually a biologist, and I love getting to see the different forest systems that occur along the Blue Ridge Parkway, and it's been nice kind of seeing the different trees and forest communities.
But after nearly 90 years, all that parkway love is starting to show.
There's been some places where there's potholes and closures, and it would be nice just to be able to continuously drive and just view. Some of the overlooks, too, are overgrown.
Thanks to $75 million in legacy restoration funding from the Great American Outdoors Act, 24 miles of the parkway will be repaved and rehabilitated. From milepost 97 at Black Horse, south of the Peaks of Otter, to milepost 121 near Route 220 in Roanoke. The project includes slope stabilization, road resurfacing, repairing shoulders, guardrails, overlooks, and more.
The repairs mean that there are going to be partial closures beginning this year, with the full closures starting next year. The hope is that these short-term inconveniences will mean that the parkway is going to be preserved for the long term.
The parkway is crucial to tourism here in the Roanoke Valley.
Catherine Lucas with Visit Virginia's Blue Ridge says the investment in the parkway will be an investment in the region.
They'll come, stop off, spend the night here, and maybe see a show, grab some dinner. So the parkway is very crucial to our tourism and, as a result, economic development.
The parkway improvements driving development for decades to come.
It's worth the work.
Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
A National Park Service spokesperson says the Roanoke Mountain closure is not a part of this project. We are, however, told that people will still be able to access destinations like Explore Park. And once those detours are all mapped out, they'll be posted on the park's website.
A Wytheville woman who was initially wanted for an attempted break-in of a gun display case at Walmart is now facing attempted capital murder charges after allegedly ramming her car into a trooper's cruiser. We're told Kate Villock, who you see here, led police on a high-speed chase this morning before crashing in an embankment. The 27-year-old was taken into custody after a brief standoff and even slipped out of her handcuffs at the magistrate's office. She's now being held without bond.
A Roanoke City teacher is facing child porn possession charges. School leaders say that he's been on leave from his job for unrelated reasons since February. 10 News reporter Amy Cockrum shares the timeline of events.
School leaders say 48-year-old Brian Sivitz started working at Garden City Elementary at the start of this school year. They say he went on leave February 28th for unrelated reasons. Just a couple weeks later, on March 13th, he was arrested for possession of child pornography. Roanoke City Public Schools say they were not notified when the charges were filed and only became aware of this information on Wednesday. School leaders shared a statement saying, quote, Roanoke City Public Schools and Garden City Elementary School take the safety and well-being of our students seriously, and it is our top priority. Prior to employment, all applicants are vetted through a rigorous process of background checks and reviews. Continuous training and attention to student safety and well-being is an ongoing focus in our CPS. They say Civit's employment status will be determined pending results of the ongoing investigation. Roanoke City isn't the first school system he's worked for. He also worked for Craig County Public Schools. The superintendent says he was part of a counseling service contract with one of the schools in 2014. And Civits was hired as a provisional teacher December 2022 through May 2023. But his contract was not renewed. The superintendent says, quote, "A background check was conducted on 10/24/22 and revealed no offenses involving minors. There were no instances of wrongdoing or misconduct during his employment." Civits has a court date set for June 18th on the possession of child pornography charges. In Roanoke, Amy Cochran, 10 News, working for you.
Turning now to your forecast, where we are tracking a chance for showers and storms.
Chief Meteorologist Jeff Hanowich is here to show us what to expect. Jeff, doesn't look too bad out there today.
It has actually been a fairly nice afternoon. We've seen more blue skies and more sunshine. And I can tell you this, as we head throughout the course of the evening, a couple of rogue thunder showers cannot be ruled out, mainly in areas north of the Roanoke Valley towards the Highlands or southern Shenandoah. Outside of that 20 to 25% chance of that happening, most of us are going to be dry. So temperatures are eventually going to fall into the lower 70s by about 11 o'clock, and really areas south of 460 look to be dry with skies partly cloudy. Now on Friday, we're going to have variably cloudy skies. At times we're going to be cloudy throughout the day. At times we're going to see some sunshine throughout the day. Temperatures start in the 50s and 60s, middle 60s though as soon as 8 a.m. on our way up to the low to mid 70s overall for us tomorrow. Temperatures cooler. It's going to be less humid. In the morning, we're dry, but later in the day, going to have some isolated showers or thunderstorms to track. Your weather headlines, humidity levels are dropping. We're going to be more dry than wet this weekend, which is great news for any outdoor plans you may have, but unsettled weather does return next week. Rachel?
Millions of Americans are only one missed paycheck away from poverty. That's according to the U.S. Interagency on Homelessness. 10 News reporter Abby Coleman shows us how a haircut is helping one Roanoke man gain confidence to get back on his feet.
Scott Loper is gearing up for one of the biggest days of his life.
I'm fixing to get married in 2.5 weeks.
Scott and his now fiancée Karen have been together for 13 years and have stayed at the Roanoke Rescue Mission for close to 2. They tell me finding affordable housing in Roanoke is difficult and has knocked their life plans back.
But the waiting list is like sky high.
Even though times are hard for the pair, they're looking forward to getting married and finding a place of their own. And like anyone, Scott wants to look his best on his wedding day. But he hasn't been able to get a haircut in well over a year.
Money's not that easy to come by.
That's where the Sylvain Malul International Hair Academy stepped in. Tim Jones and Beck Faircloth are barbers and educators at the Lynchburg School. They tell me their students wanted to come and give their time and talents to the rescue mission.
They wanted to give back to the community. So we're just here trying to give everybody a good boost and motivation.
Scott says he can't believe people would donate their time to help.
It's like they put us first before anything, which is a good thing.
And while a haircut doesn't seem like a big expense to some, Karen says being able to have one for free makes a world of difference.
Every little bit helps.
Tim says he hopes the haircut has impacts that reach far beyond appearance.
We're trying to create a positive image for them, letting them know that we're here for them and we support them and hoping to have an impact in their life.
And while Scott still has butterflies leading up to the wedding day, he knows looking good for his bride-to-be means the world. And he tells me it gets them one step closer to getting out of the mission and onto their feet.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about it.
In Roanoke, Abby Coleman, 10 News, working for you.
A private school in Roanoke is not only educating students, it's also trying to lift them out of poverty. It's called the Academy, and it's funded mostly by the McLeod Family Foundation. The students learn life skills in addition to regular schooling, but their parents are also coached on ways to get off welfare.
About 10% of our population is dependent upon government welfare programs to make a living. That was a very stunning statistic for me and my wife, and we wanted to do something about it.
I spent some time at the school recently and asked a lot of questions about how it works, whether it works at all, and how you get that done. Coming up tonight at 7 in my special report, we'll answer those questions and more, right down to how much someone has to earn to break the poverty cycle.